How do you look at it?
One thing before I forget regarding, I just wanted to add because that's important.
Yeah.
Regarding the Reserve Bank, when I went and met all the newspaper editors, and they all put it on the front page, almost all of them,
Yeah.
except one
Hmm.
who refused to entertain my request. Can you guess
Okay.
who that might have been?
It can be a very, very wild guess. I don't know.
No. If I tell you, you'll say, okay, that figures. The Hindu.
Oh, so this is very interesting. So they didn't want to criticize the banking system and government. This is very interesting.
Yes, the Hindu in those days, even now, these nowadays they become totally woke, communist, all those Muslim and all that. But in those days also, they had no a sense of public service or being, so for the people. All they wanted was government ads, and that is all they were interested in. They were supposed to be a good paper, a reliable paper. I didn't like their English; it was very old style, but still, they, usually you didn't find rumors and all that. If it appeared in the Hindu, it was found to be reliable almost all the time. Now, but the other side, and it was totally 100% Brahmin in those days. There were no non-Brahmin Hindu.
I mean, and this is very interesting. For a long time, people who were preparing for UPSC and all that, they were told that, okay, to be, pick up the right kind of language skill and subject skill and perspective, you have no option but to go read Hindu.
Even in
I
the
mean,
north.
reading Hindi newspaper, Hindu in English newspaper, it's an English newspaper, is a must for the UPSC, people preparing for it.
This was the feeling even in the north. You're saying?
Yes, yes, it was in the north. It has been propagated.
Okay, I will tell you. Yes,
Mm.
but in my opinion, even since my college days, I used to dislike the Hindu for their
Mm.
language, old style, grandmother's, grandfather's English, and especially the Brahmin gentlemen, old style. They all wrote, their sense of revolutionary action for anything. If they
Mhm.
found that something was not right on the street, a street has been dug up or something, what will they do? The only activism, the height of activism actually, is to write a
Mm.
letter to the editor. That is
Yes.
all. It never went beyond that. So that is the same attitude. But anyway, then Hindu was totally Brahmin then, run by Brahmins only, all the correspondent Brahmins. And the guy who spoke to me, some kind of a senior journalist there, I don't know, reporter, he came out and said, "What is, what do you want? This is what it is." He said, uh, I said, "Can you publish it?" I said, I told him, "See, Express has published it.
Mhm.
You give it to me. It will
Mhm.
take at least 15 days because we have to contact our Bombay office, who will then find out, make inquiries to the Reserve Bank. Only then we can publish. Think about publishing." I said, "I am showing you the Reserve Bank letter to
Mhm.
me, and I'm showing you the reports from the other newspapers. Can't you just publish something based on this? Would you be lying, or what would I gain?" He said, "No, we have our procedures." So that is the attitude of the Hindu. Okay, but now of course, now they become much worse. Now coming back to Federal Reserve, what was your question then?
And the electoral bond,
Oh,
the
electoral.
whole drama going on about the electoral bond issue and the amount, and
No.
totally misplaced, in my opinion, totally misplaced drama, just to make a political noise, right?
No, I agree with you 100%. As far as in terms of perspective, this 20,000 crores or whatever it is
Mm-hmm.
dwarfed by the amount of money we are talking about in so many other scams. Many of the opposition in the DMK and the drug scam, this scam, 2G scam, 1.7 lakh crores. So this 20,000 crores, and out of that, a lot of it has got the DMK, incidentally,
Mm-hmm.
got 660 crores since they came to power. 660. Before that, they had got maybe 10 crores. Why did it become 660 right after they came to power? Obviously, now everybody is exposed. That's what Modi has said.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone will regret making this a big issue and making this a public thing. And he said, everybody will regret it. And also, what he said, left hand said, is now black money will be there. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as what I think, yes, it is blown out of perspective. I think you had mentioned that in one on your Facebook page also a long time ago. It is,
Yeah.
but then they have, I think, they were the fact that the opposition and the
Mm,
Supreme Court,
mm,
the Modi government has given a handle or given a chance for them to say, to paint the Modi government in poor light, not deservedly. Everybody is in poor light, but now somehow they made it only that the Modi is the corrupt. Now they should have designed it better, I think. I
certainly.
don't know how, but yes, the intention to prevent black money being track black money or track money which is being given to political parties rather than being in all black is a good thing. But then the
Mm,
fact that they had a tracking system, but then said, we are going to keep it secret. The government
yeah.
will make, that is the problem. Either you don't have tracking, and I disagree with you. And you said, I think I disagree. I'll tell you. You said once you start tracking, it is not possible not to track who buys funds and not to have a audit trail. Now, I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. There used to be something called bearer bonds long time ago.
Long time ago. Yeah, those were different.
What?
This is this different
No,
thing.
what were the bearer bonds?
The bearer months were, I'm not remembering the whole thing. You can buy in some government securities, but bond, but the maybe use of the money, no question asked. I mean, I don't remember the whole thing, but definitely there were schemes to normalize the black money by paying a lump sum amount, 20%, 30%. You come, said, okay, I have this 10 crores, you pay 33
No, that is
crores,
there.
it becomes white. But
Yeah.
here the people, the have so much of misplaced priorities or misconception that they are against EVM, which they say hacking. I said, and I'm surprised that even engineers, educated engineers, peddle this kind of nonsense, including a well-known chief minister and his ministers. Then I told them that so many journalists also, Manka, well, to be hacked, you need to have an internet connection, and this machine has less capabilities than a calculator. It can only add numbers. It has no internet capabilities, so how it can be bloody well hacked? But nobody listens, this kind of gossiping. So same thing has started with the electoral bonds. So we
Okay.
have
The
the two
last, yeah.
papers.
The last thing I want to say, just because okay, I don't know much for the whole thing about it, but I'm just thinking aloud. Tell me what you think. What I was thinking when I saw the whole thing was the government should have said anybody can come and buy electoral bonds. Now, you don't want them to use black money. So you want them to, who bought them. So Madhav Singh comes with, writes a check for 1 crore or 10 crores and or gives cash. Your details are there. So he will not risk paying with black money. So now that is there. So once, and then in return, Madhav Singh will get a bond, a bearer electoral bond, let's call it that, which if they made it possible that anybody can go and cash it without the bearer is basically that's what it meant. I thought that's my memory of it. They're not going to ask any questions. Whoever bearer, I mean, whoever has it in hand can go and get cash in return.
No,
So
no, in this electoral
give me 1 second, Madhav Singh ji. So if
okay.
that had been the case, then if they had given it to see if Madhav Singh wanted to give it to Modi, BJP, he could have gone to the BJP office and given it here. Here is 1 crore. This is my comment. Then I want this license. The same thing. I'm just for argument's sake. You could have done the same thing. You could have sought a favor from BJP by giving this bearer bond, and they can go and just go to the bank and cash it without putting it into a bank account. So nobody will know. The system will be tracking will be limited to the fact that these people bought it. It won't know who got it. The Mother Singh could have given it to Ram Kumar, or he could have given it to the BJP office. Anyway, now tell me.
No, the point is there here these electoral bonds can only be encashed into the banking account of the recognized notified political parties. You and me cannot encash it. But definitely, in a bank, every instrument has to have some identification number for their accounting purpose or whatever. Those numbers were there, but they are not visible to naked eyes. But through some lighting measures, journalists got to know, somebody from bank must have told them. So this is what has happened, and I think, as you agree also, this is totally disproportionate and useless, and even the Supreme Court intervening without having a better system. I mean, everything, I mean, judicial activism has gone to certain limits where everything where they should come out with. Well, now, what the people will go back to? The same old system of having a receipt for under 20,000 rupees, and no question asked. Why the contribution the political parties engaged in this process was, it was a bank, it has to be encashed in a bank. The previously I collect 1 crore for my political party. I keep 30 crore, 30 lakhs to myself, and I go and hand over 70 to you. Suppose you are my political boss, and then you also keep 30%, and 40% maybe, or even lesser or higher, ends up in the political party. So this was the old system, and they tried to, no system is foolproof, but they made a mockery out of, without perspective, without any relevance. So this was very interesting to know Branker's
Yes, one
perspective.
question for you, or this is my last thing. I'm still,
Yes,
what I'm saying is, yes, let's say, take same example. Madhav Singh goes to the bank and says, I am going to buy a bearer bond. We'll call it an electoral bearer bond. We'll just
electoral
name
bond.
it. So they know that Madhav Singh bought it. So Madhav Singh better use only white money, because that can be traced to Madhav
It
Singh.
was a bank transaction, you buy
Right. Now,
by
no,
bank
no,
transaction.
yes. Now, if the see, what is the bottom line? The whole point of the electoral bonds, in my understanding, is to limit or attempt to eradicate
Black money.
black money in politics, right? In
Right.
politics, especially, black
Hmm.
money is number one, and then in political for politics, for political party. Now, when Madhav Singh, in my example, goes and buys 1 crore, there's no black money. So the black money part of it is gone. But then once you get the bearer bond, and you some like you 100 people can go and buy it, they're all white money. The black money influence is gone. Now you're saying now it has to be deposited in the account of a political party.
Political.
That is the weakness. So what I'm thinking, I don't know what is the problem with that. No, the black money problem, the underlying problem is eradicated by, because it's all white money, accounted money. Then it
Certainly.
is given to political parties. If let's 100 of the 100 people who bought it, let 50 people or 90 people give it to the BJP. They go to the BJP can send a chowkidar from their office and go to the bank and say, here I got 90 bearer bonds, something like that. Give me 90 crores. The whole point of the bearer bond, in my memory, I may be wrong, it's a long time, is that when you take that money, the bearer bond to the bank, no questions asked. The bearer just bearing it, that means he has it in hand.
Yeah, that used to be system, but maybe the objectives of the removal of black money might not be, addressed in this way.
How?
So this is my opinion. So,
Yeah.
because now the account is, it is for electoral, it's a question of political funding of the political parties. Previously it was, it still is black money is involved. It is not that through the bearer about the black money operations and elections by candidates and party has stopped completely. No, it has not. Because people, whatever limits they have for electoral spending, they people, spend 10, 20, or sometimes even 50 times more for whatever reasons, for getting some electoral benefits after when they are in power. So this is the main objective. So now can we shift to the
Yes.
politics of South India, and what